Craig, an opening day defeat 3-0 against FC United of Manchester. Just give us your thoughts on what you thought of that performance.
Well, I think it was two different halves for us. I think first half, I just don't think we turned up for the first 45 minutes. We never laid a glove on them. We didn't do what we do well, to be honest with you. We're trying to probably overplay, think too much about them. I'll take my hat off to them, you know, where they played first half, the movement that they had, especially in the middle of the pitch, you know, to get the overloads out wide. I thought they were really good, and credit to them. But I just don't think we tried doing what we tried to do and try and put pressure on them, you know, early doors, and we just wanted to get into half time and just change it a little bit, not change to counteract their strengths, but change it to make them think. And I thought second half, you know, if you look at it, second half was 20 minutes, we've actually missed 3 absolute sitters. So the game could have completely changed in the first 20 minutes of the second half, and if one of those go in or if 2 goes in, then it completely changes it. They have to change, and it's a completely different environment, completely different atmosphere if we're in the stadium, and I think we go and get something out of the game. But that's the story of both halves, that, you know, we gift goals for staff, we're not at it. Second half we come a little bit different, firing his bellies, which makes them play differently, create chances, don't take them, they take their chances, we don't take ours, ends 3-0.
Do you think, especially the first opening 45, it was sort of a little bit of an insight to the match sharpness that you have to get to be at this level, the way that they were knocking it about, and maybe just had that little bit of an edge?
No, I don't think it's anything to do with the sharpness or anything that we need to get up to. I think we just, player-wise, individually on the pitch, we just didn't get it right. And I think we've got to take a little bit of a step back here, and I've just said this to the players in there. You know, when new to this division, where the new boys in here, and history tells you that teams that have come up, you know, in the first year, you know, struggle. And I'll tell you the reason they struggle. It's very simple, and what we've always been aware, and I will keep repeating it to make sure that we all keep his feet on the ground and know the reality. The difference in the gap in standard from the 2 divisions is huge. Probably one of the biggest in the football pyramid. So we've got to step up, and we've got to get used to that. The opposition that we're playing in week out are going to be exactly like that, and we've got to get better. We've got to get better, and we've got to understand that we're up against, you know, strong oppositions that if you give them a chance, they'll take it. So if we've got a chance, we've got to take ours. We can't have 10 chances and score 3. You know, that's just an example. That's not what happened today, but that's just an example. You know, if they have 3 chances, they'll take 3 chances, and we've got to be a little bit more ruthless and a little bit more streetwise, should I say, because at this level, again, what it looks like to me and what I'm going home and thinking on that coach today is that, you know, there's a massive step up here, and we've got to be a little bit more, again, streetwise, a little bit more clever, and a little bit more, organised in where we start.
Unfortunately, we lost Greeny early on. How is he, and how much of an impact do you think his little bit of energy in midfield, we lost a little bit of that?
I don't think. Obviously, Greeny's a huge player for us, but I don't think Greeny coming off injured affected the game. I think, again, I'm not individualising it. I mean, I'm actually making the point of the first half as a unit, as a team. And that's that really. Assessing Greeny's injury at the minute, I've obviously just come out here to do the interview, so I'll assess it later on today and tomorrow morning, see how it is. Hopefully it's just a knock, and we can get him back on the pitch as quick as possible.
On the bench as well today, 16-year-old Max Eastwood. We've been sort of singing his praises over the last few weeks, but today a chance for the first team to get in the environment at least. Firstly, why the decision, and also how good is it for him?
I think you've answered your own question, is that we want to make sure that there's a platform and really push hard for that. You know, we've got a good system in place now. It took quite a little time to get that over the years, but now we have a good system in place. And again, I keep mentioning it to the lads that are in charge there, you know, Ian and Laurie and the chaps in there, Matt and the coaches. So it's important that we utilise and credit their success by getting people into the environment and experiencing it. And for a 16-year-old kid to come here in front of 2,500 opening game of the season and just be part of it, see how it works, see how it ticks, and see what the demands are, and we'll keep doing it throughout the year. We'll keep bringing people in, keep taking people out, and keep giving them a chance. And it's important that they see the environment and see now what the levels are like, and what the atmosphere is like, and what the pressures are, and what the expectations are, and eventually, you know, the talent will come through and they'll get on the pitch.
Moving on to Tuesday night then, Manchester United, a side that was at our level, were dominant, a bit like us last season, and we're sort of in their steps in coming into this division, whereas they've got a year ahead now. What are you expecting from them?
Again, they've got a year ahead, in there, so they've seen what it's all about, and they've planned accordingly. I'll probably reiterate what Neil said, the FC United manager, in his interview. They're going to be up there. There's no doubt in that, and they're a strong side, and will be a surprise package in it all. So it's going to be a really hard test, a really tough test. I know they're a good side from my previous club, and obviously from this club and playing against them. Managing against them. So I know it's going to be difficult, but again, what I just want to make a point of what I've said in this interview right at the beginning. Every team at this level is extremely strong, and it's an unbelievable standard. It's a credit to the standard, because they'll probably, a lot of these teams, more than 50%, would hold their own in the National North. So you're up against it, and like I said, Tuesday we've got to go there and play our way, a little bit start, a little bit bright, a little bit on front foot, take his chances when they're given to us, and try and get a positive result.
What would you like to see from your side in that game?
I think a bit more energy. I think a little bit more, starting brighter, and getting back to, as I've just mentioned in there, getting back to kind of basics, not trying to get ahead of ourselves and think, we're Brazil and this is the way we play and we get it down and we have to do this, that and the other. Sometimes you've got to earn the right in football, and the first 20 minutes are key in that, and a certain way we've played over the last 12 months that's allowed us to play good football once we've got the basics and done the right things. So I kind of just want us to get back to his philosophy and what we're about as a side. But look, it's just one game in. It's the beginning of the game of the season. We've been here before. I've told the lads in there to come out, have a smile on their face, relax, go and have a beer. It's one game, and we move on to the next, and we take it from there.
Obviously, for the fans today, and just the last one from me, coming to a stadium like this where we've been previously over the last, it's obviously been 9 years since we've kicked a ball at this level. For the fans, especially your time here, we've not really seen many home fans outweigh the away fans, but today we saw that. But for the away fans overall, to be able to come back out, hear them in full voice as well, how good was it to see them?
Yeah, it's brilliant to see. At the end there, going and clapping, and clapping us off and various things. They're so good for the side. They're passionate about the football, passionate about the club, and we're passionate about them. And there'll be good times this year, and we're pleased that they're being able to come and be part of this fantastic atmosphere and stadium and everything that it's here. Because let's be honest, the setup here is probably a league club in many ways. So for them to come and experience this today with us is a joy, and hopefully we can get smiles on their faces on Tuesday.